Hi, I'm Rick Keeler. Stroll through a retirement camping resort or pass an RV on the highway, and you may see a bumper sticker that says, "We're spending our children's inheritance." Well, apparently, this is no joke. A December 13th, 2013 article in CNN Money reported on a recent survey by a British-based international financial services company by the name of HSBC, which asked more than 16,000 people in 15 countries about their estate plans. The U.S. ranks last in the percentage of retired parents who intend not to leave any money to their kids. 56% of parents plan to leave anything to their kids. So the interesting thing is this is significantly below the 15-country average, where 69% of parents say they're going to leave some money to their kids, and far below the leading percentage of 86% in India. The U.S. also ranks sixth in the amount of money that parents expect to pass on. U.S. parents expect to pass on about $177,000 to their children. Well, this is way behind Australia's $501,000, Singapore's $371,000, the UK's $234,000, and France's $233,000, while Taiwan is ahead of us at $191,000. No doubt there's a lot of reasons for the country-by-country differences in what parents expect to leave their children. These may include differences in cultures, beliefs about family responsibilities, and attitudes toward charitable giving. Other contributing factors, however, are differences in countries' economic strength and tax laws. In a December 13th interview with The Australian, Graham Hunis, the head of retail banking and wealth management for HSBC Australia, credited some of the large inheritances in that country to their unbroken 22 years of economic prosperity. 22 years. Australian household wealth grew at 7.6% annually over the past decade, making it one of the richest nations per capita in the world. Hunis also said, in markets like the UK and US, inheritance and estate tax may cost heirs upwards of 40% of an inheritance. With no inheritance tax in Australia, it's no surprise the value and proportion of inheritance among Australian retirees is exponentially higher than the rest of the world. It's really refreshing to see that accumulating and keeping wealth is still looked upon as a good thing in some countries. I doubt it's a coincidence that most of these countries have strong economies similar to what the U.S. enjoyed in the past. According to the 2013 Index of Economic Freedom, Singapore and Australia, the top two countries for inheritances, are two of the only three countries considered to have free economies. The third is Hong Kong, where the average amount parents expect to pass on to their kids is about $146,000. The U.S. considered the top in the top three free economies in the year 2000 has fallen out of that and now sits at 10th, listed as a mostly free economy. Well, this survey is not good news for baby boomers hoping to retire on inheritances from their parents. According to CNN Money, about 2/3 of U.S. respondents said the inheritances they receive will at least partially fund their retirement. And 10% said they will rely on their inheritance completely to retire. Well, if 2/3 of middle-aged Americans expect substantial inheritances, but only about half of elderly retired parents expect to leave inheritances, somebody's going to be disappointed. Still, for those, like the majority of baby boomers, who are unprepared for retirement, every little bit certainly will help. While an inheritance of $177,000 won't put anyone on easy street in retirement, it could pay off a home mortgage, or if invested wisely, generate a monthly income of $450 for life. One last problem for potential heirs is that just because parents expect to leave an inheritance doesn't mean they will be able to do so. Medical expenses or other unanticipated costs might well eat up parents' resources during their lifetimes. So ultimately, relying on an inheritance for your retirement, it's never a wise move. It's far wiser to use your own resources, start retirement planning early, and build your own financial security. Thanks for joining me.